the plans, and then national blackout.
Yeah, shalom, shalom. Into that, we like to say Kal Halayam, La Allah Yinabu Yahuwa Bahashim Yabashai, Bahashim Makakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great Mason who well. Shalom unto the brothers that pushing his works, his truth, and its sincerity to all the folk ones of the earth. And shalom unto the Israelites who have been scattered among the heathen nations. And shalom unto the Akwat, which is his sisters, who is listening and learning, and most importantly, obeying the husband. This is your brother Karatazar back at you with another short lesson from the GMS Prophetic Bible Camp out of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So, hey, this is just basically two videos are going to show what is taking place in within Cuba right now. Alright? So, I'm going to run the video now.
Alert in Cuba. Day zero in my country. That's what's coming from March 15th on. Basically, the message is that the country is running out of fuel. No gas for the cars, no power for the plants, and then national blackout. Honestly, it's not hard to believe. Look at my life right now. I only had 5 hours of power every single day. I barely have any running water. There is a severe crisis with transportation, and even the food is not moving because of the fuel. The government is not saying this officially yet because they want to avoid panic and more protests, but we're feeling it. When the gas hits the zero, everything stops. No lights, no water, no way to move. This is the reality starting March 15th. Stay safe and stay tuned if we still have a way to connect. Do you think alert in Cuba?
This is how many Cubans earn a living after dark in Havana.
So guys, what we're looking at right here this is actually someone's house. So they're kind of chilling, watching TV, but they have this freezer setup right there. So inside their house, they're able to sell stuff right outside.
Airbnb,
So,
housing, Airbnb, Cubano,
Cubano, see?
business, inside the house.
The doors or the windows to people's houses that they have set up for
Business inside the
business.
house.
And you can go ahead and just purchase
Business
stuff
inside the house.
directly from the house.
Mi hermano. Hola, buenas. ¿Tienen cervezas Cristal frío? ¿Frío? Quiero comprar.
Seis.
¿Cuántos
Seis.
cervezas quieres?
De momento 6.
Seis. All right, he's ready to party.
So much respect to the Cuban people because you can see how much work they put in. They set up part of their house to have beers here. Un momento, por favor. ¿Cuánto cuesta? Muchas gracias. Propina para ti.
Muy bien.
Hasta luego.
Freezer.
Right, so onto that, taking place there, you can see what taking place there in Cuba right now, right? And all of these things is the cause of the war, right? The war disrupts the flow of things. So as it basically could see what is taking place there first, right? So we are basically in that time. We are basically living within that time, right? We get this precept here. Right, so this is a book of 2 Timothy 3 and 1. Right, 2 Timothy 3 and 1, it reads, "This know also that this know also that in the last days perilous time shall come." Right, and into that perilous time, right, is where all these things take place, where you will have to, start cutting back, based on food, right? You'll have to start rationing, what's any way in how you eat, through the course of your day. If you're accustomed to eating, 3, 4, 5 times, you have to cut that back, maybe to about twice or just once for the day, right? Depending on how your food stock is, right? This is where all the you're gonna have a lot of break-ins, murders. You're gonna have the wars within the streets amongst neighbors, right? Because who trying to come in and steal it from you, right? As you could even see in Cuba here, what is taking place? People are to sell out of their own home, right? They are to create a shop come out of their own home, right? Because why? Probably with jobs, it's probably hard to get, and all these things, right? And also with the shortage of fuel and stuff like that. In the previous video, where the guy said they only have current for like about 5 hours within a day, so you have to prep yourself in however your workflow is, or if you're working or whatever, that maybe that day when you get maybe off or whatever schedule that your workflow is, you have to take that five hours and take advantage of it. See how much you could get done within that 5 hour span, because after that 5 hour, it's lights cut off, water cut off. The reason why water will cut off is because wherever the water supply is, they need pumps to supply the cities, to supply with the neighborhood. And without that oil or that fuel, right, there's no electricity. So which is, the country itself have to even ration. So that just to tell you how bad things is, right? And within these perilous times, it's gonna have, let's continue it in 2 Timothy 3:3-2, right? For men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. You're gonna have these things. These things will come, and you can see how the time plays out, right? And these also, as the man of the Lord, we see all these things as signs, right? We see all these things as signs, and it is signs, right? Also moving down to verse 13, right? But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived, right? The Lord also talk about the spirits created for vengeance, right? This is where all, the mass murders will be happening, will be going on, right? And all these things, that's taking place, you just keep amping up, right? Let's get an next preset, all right? And also, like, this day is soon upon us, even here within Trinidad and Tobago, right? Here within the Caribbean, right? Different parts of the world, right? Right now, people think in Trinidad here we, everything nice and, everything's still nice, but, there are people that losing their jobs. Many companies are laying off by the thousands, right? Especially within Babylon, right? They are being they are laying off people, right, by the thousands. In Trinidad here is also by the thousands as well, but some jobs by the hundreds, right? So you can see how real that things is getting, right? And that drought is already upon us. That drought is just in the beginning stages, right? Because people are basically feeling based on what is going on, right? This is the book of 2 Ezra 15 and 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, right? And eat their own flesh and drink their own blood, for very hunger, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water, right? So these things is coming. These things is coming upon the face of the earth very soon, right? And the war between America and Iran, right? And that is going to escalate right, into that into that World War III, right? As you can see how things are progressing, it escalates, right? And it escalating very quickly, right? And then there we go for that MOTB, right? But with that is a drought that is coming upon the face of the earth, right? But the Lord also mentioned to us that his children shall eat and would not starve. Just roughly paraphrasing, right? Let me get that scripture one time. All right, so this is the book of Isaiah 65:13, and it reads, Therefore, thus said Yahweh power, behold, my servant shall eat, but he shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but he shall be ashamed. Right? And that's what it is. And a lot of you jakes, all the others, when you want to turn to the Lord, when it's in bad times. That is the only time when you all acknowledge him. But then yet the person that you all acknowledging is our idol God. And it's not the real and true living power, right? Which is Yahweh Bashim Rashai. But within that time, it will be too late. Alright, so I hope that this lesson was edifying. And to that, I'd like to say Kal Halayam La Alahaina wa Yahweh Bashim Rashai Bashim Makakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great Mason who well. Shalom unto the brothers that pushing his works with truth and sincerity. This is your brother Karatazar. Till next time, Shalom.